Good morning and welcome to the WINY Talk Show. It's time for you to be heard. The talk show welcomes everyone's calls once per hour. Dial 928-1350 and tell Northeastern Connecticut your story.
Good morning and welcome to the WINY Talk Show. I'm your host, John Mahan, and we have Joe Hawk, the owner of Hawk Studios, on with us this morning. How are you doing, Joe?
I'm great. Thanks to WINY, and thanks for having us here. We're really excited to talk further about our project and our company.
Absolutely. So for anybody who might not have missed it when I mentioned it during the first hour, Joe Hawk and his company, Hawk Studios, they're going to be filming part of a mini-series called The White House is Fake on Saturday, November 1st, here in Putnam, in the area of Front Street, right in front of the Bradley Playhouse. It's going to be filmed in multiple towns, but that being said, on November 1st, that is the day where there's going to be a road closure, and there's going to be some filming happening here in downtown Putnam, and we're really excited about that. So, Joe, why don't you start off kind of introducing yourself and your company for anybody who might not be familiar with you and Hawk Studios?
Of course. So, my name is Joe Hawk. I'm the founder of Hawk Studios. We're a full video production company, mostly doing projects here on the East Coast. We do travel. We filmed all over the place. So we were in the United Kingdom filming, all over Connecticut, Mass, Rhode Island, Maine, pretty much all of East Coast. And yeah, we've seen it all. We filmed a lot of people. I filmed Tom Sizemore before he passed away. God rest his soul. And basically, we do independent films right here in the lovely state of Connecticut.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about The White House is Fake, which part of it is going to be filmed here in Putnam.
You're absolutely right. Now, I don't know what it is, but I've talked to a lot of venues. As you alluded to before, we're all over Connecticut, and we'll be here in Putnam on November 1. But a lot of people, they're afraid of the title. It's very, very scary. And I know, the listeners know that religion and politics is very touchy. It divides friends. But the title's elusive, right? Because it's really not about a person or about a theme. I wrote this book. It's actually a book in 2017, same title. I'm adopting my book into a mini-series. And it's really not about a person or anything. It's about secret tunnels. And what it is I'll give you a little synopsis, is Dwight Eisenhower in the 1956-1957, the Interstate Highway Act, that's real. He developed this. It was originally supposed to be for military use, but they said, hey, wait a minute, where's the public going to go? So they made it for the public. That's all true. And my book actually takes place, or my miniseries rather, takes place in the 90s, and the reason for it. So a lot of people, history buffs might be listening. They're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. So from 1957 to about 1993, it took them 37 years to build a highway at full capacity. What I'm talking about is all over the United States for the public to travel. Now, I'm tying my fiction around that. I said, well, wait a minute. If I'm building infrastructure that's going to take something 37 years to complete, why not build secret tunnels at the same time under the highway system so the government can actually travel safely across these tunnels, secret meetings, and just some very, kind of like secret meetings that the public don't want to happen. Now, this is true, too, because if you might not know this, but in the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., they actually have an old subway system they use today, and it's real. People can go on tours, they can see that. More traveling from adjoining buildings and more internal use for them. But my story is not a documentary. I want to say that. This is fiction, guys. And the reason I say that is I've had a lot of venues, like I mentioned before, they were afraid of this topic, is I had an owner where we're going to do secret tunnels in New York, right? And the owner's like, yes, I'm on board. Let me run it up to legal. Legal goes, hey, wait a minute, we got to be politically neutral. We can't have political themes, even though it's not a documentary. So people are afraid of the content. But 95% of the people we talk to, they're excited. They want to hear more about it, and that's what it is. It's a fictional miniseries.
I think that's very important to stress. When I saw the title, too, the first thing that popped in my mind is this a politically themed project in terms of trying to endorse or promote a certain political point of view. And I think it's very important to stress that is not what your project is about.
You are 100% right. This is just a fictional idea. I was driving down the Interstate 84 in Connecticut, had an idea come off. I wrote the screenplay for my book back in 2016. Made the book. It's on Amazon. Same title, The White House is Fake. But I'm adopting the book to be bigger because when you read a book, I don't know how the listeners read or how you read, but when I read, I kind of like, when I started reading, okay, he's in a castle. So I start seeing the cobwebs, right? The bats, right? I paint the picture. Now with a movie, you got to control the environment. You got to really tell the story and maybe develop the characters a little further because you're controlling what you want people to see, and then they can make their own conclusions after watching it. So in my miniseries, I have to expand a little bit about the backstory, which is about Nelson Conrad. So the story is about a teenager named Nelson Conrad who sees something under the highway, and it takes place in Alexandria, Virginia, but we're filming it mostly in Connecticut. So he sees a secret meeting, and he kind of dives deep into why is secret men in army uniforms under the highway with the U.S. president. And he's like, I got to find out. So then he meets a city official named James Hutchison, played by William Petrano, who's my SAG actor portraying that character. And he says, I'm a city official. You know, he pretends to be nice, right? But he really works for the government, and he wants to know what Nelson knows. He knows what Nelson knows, and it's not good. So the kid gets in a little bit of trouble, and the kid is played by Ethan Timothy, who's a native actor here in Connecticut. So we have a lot of Connecticut actors all over in this one. So I'm just really excited to get going on this project.
So the plot of the story takes place in Virginia.
Correct.
I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, why Connecticut? Why was Connecticut chosen as the main place to film?
You know, so number one, Connecticut is beautiful. I love Connecticut. And number two, there's been a big push recently. I don't know if you ever heard of the Connecticut Film Initiative. My friend is on the board of directors. His name's Ed Cohen, and they're really pushing the state of Connecticut to say, hey, we got to give back to these filmmakers, right? The tax incentive was a big topic recently. They're trying to push it higher to give back to the filmmakers to get a tax break.
The governor has put out some press releases in recent years about that, trying to promote. There's even a map he's put out where you can follow where all sorts of different movies, TV shows, etc. have been filmed in Connecticut. I have noticed that initiative. I believe that's what you're referring to.
Correct.
In Connecticut in recent years.
Yes. In the Connecticut Film Initiative, they're behind my back, 100% support. Ed Cohen's helped me on some of these locations. And the reason I bring that up is Connecticut seems to be almost forgotten sometimes, right? It's beautiful. I mean, creeks, rivers. I mean, the landscape, the trees, the foliage. I mean, just the people. I think the people really sets it off, and we want to be here with the people. And Connecticut was a perfect spot to do like this Virginia. And we did a lot of scouting for the downtown area. So November 1, we're in Putnam. The downtown area, this is the opening for the movie. It's going to be right here on November 1. So like the first 5-10 minutes of The White House is Fake, episode 1, you're going to see Putnam on the map. It's going to be that 5-minute, 10-minute sequence.
Oh, wow.
All filming in the downtown streets. That downtown streets is Nelson Conrad's home. So he knows like the neighbors. He's waving to people walking down the street. But the reason why we're blocking it, and we got state and local approval, we've been working with the chief of police. The reason why we're blocking it is this takes place in the 90s, right? So we can't have modern cars in our backdrop. So the reason we're closing it is we're controlling the set. We're going to have 90-era cars parked in the background while the kid is walking down the street to show it's in the 90s. And there's going to be some other subtle 90 clues, like he has this Casio watch, he's looking at it, right? And just some other subtle clues you'll see throughout the series. You know, at the house scenes, they got the Sears Roebuck catalog right back from the 90s. Remember the big catalog like this?
So if you're into 90s memorabilia, maybe that might be something where you'll take some interest in seeing some what are slowly becoming antique cars, and some various products as well. It's funny to think of the 90s in that sort of way, but it is a long time ago now.
It really is. And not only that, too, there's going to be some scenes like where like the military makes some phone calls. And back then, cell phones were just coming out. The Nokia, they had the big Nokia cell phones. They're like this big. So we got some of those props in, right? And then as our actors come on set, we're going to be looking for smartwatches. We can't have any technology, right? This is not present. We're in the 90s, so we got to be acclimated to the times. And not only that, the Bradley Playhouse is going to be on the map because we're going to be filming right in front of it. right on Front Street on November 1, and also inside it. Now, they just got their projector system going, which is going to be very cool because we're going to be playing part of the episode on their big screen with the actor in it. So the scene that we're going to be showing inside the Bradley was a scene we would have already filmed on October 25th. We're going to be showing that clip inside the theater with the actor watching it. So it's going to be great. So they're very supportive. Amy is great. She's one of my contacts at the Bradley Playhouse. So we're going to be in and outside of the Front Street on November 1st right here in Putnam.
Well, Joe, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to have some more conversation about this mini-series because I'm really excited about it. I know many of our listeners are very excited about it as well. And I want to remind everybody that if you have any questions about this project, about this mini-series, give us a call, 860-928-1350 or 1-800-246-WINY. And I'm sure that Joe will be happy to answer your questions because, hey, we're going to be filming in Putnam. That's really cool. Stay tuned to WINY 1350 AM as well as 97.1 FM. And as you know, you can also go to our live stream on our WINY Radio Facebook page. And if you leave a comment below, I will pass that along to Joe. Stay tuned.
John Jackal here from Cargill Chevrolet. Game day sales are here at Cargill Chevrolet. Let's score that touchdown deal together. Score a touchdown with a 2025 Silverado 1500. Lease right now for only $349 a month for 36 months, 10,000 miles per year. And those game day deals don't stop there. Now at Cargill Chevrolet, a 2026 Equinox lease for only $289 a month for 36 months, $39.95 down before taxes and fees, 10,000 miles per year. Visit us online at cargillchev.com or stop by at 23 Livery Street or our Route 44 store in Putnam. Cargill Chev, the dealer at the end of your driveway. Together, let's drive.
Lease offer for 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT. Lease after all qualifying rebates, $49.95 down, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year. Does not include taxes and fees for well-qualified buyers. Lease offer for 2026 Chevrolet Equinox LT. Lease after all qualifying GM rebates and discounts, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year for well-qualified buyers.
Hi, I'm Monique Willannon, proud race director of Tackle the Trail, Northeast Connecticut's unique race in an amazing place. On Saturday, October 18th, runners from near and far will line up for their choice of distances. A marathon relay, up to 5 runners per team, a half marathon, a 10K, and Tackle Junior. There are many special parts to this race, including 130 cheering volunteers, beautiful trails, a fun race festival, and most importantly, proceeds help local students pursue their higher education goals. To learn more about the race, to register, and to volunteer, go to tacklethetrail.org. Hurry though, registration closes October 5th. Team Tackle and I look forward to seeing you at the finish line. Happy trails. We'll see you at Tackle the Trail.
The Day Kimball Health Centerville Bank Golf Classic is this Friday, September 12th at Connecticut National Golf Club in Putnam. All proceeds benefit the Day Kimball Healthcare Foundation to ensure access to the highest quality care close to home right here in northeastern Connecticut. WINY will broadcast live from the Day Kimball Health Centerville Bank Golf Classic starting at 12 noon Friday. Our broadcast is brought to you by WIN Waste Innovation, striving to improve the communities they service. We're talking with Celeste Nelson, a claims specialist with Girardi Insurance Hilb Group. Celeste, tell us about your claims team.
We at Girardi Insurance Hilb Group are here on the ground to assist you in any claims that you may have. We will take the time to sit with you, to go over your claim, to get it reported to the carrier. If you have any questions, any problems, we're going to be there to help you along the way to make this a nice, smooth transition, or as smooth as possible that we can help you with. Sometimes I will put myself in their place. How are they feeling? How can I help them? How can I reassure them that we're here to help them and that I'm going to do everything I can to get them back to where they were 5 minutes before their event occurred? I love my work. I love working with people. If you have a claim, I'm here to serve you at Girardi Insurance Hilb Group.
Girardi Insurance Hilb Group. Call 860-928-7771. See them online at girardionline.com.
When it comes to home comfort, Spicer Energy Services has you covered. From propane sales and service to HVAC installs, ductless systems, and heat pumps. Need a new water heater? Time for an air conditioning upgrade? Their top-tier techs can fix or install just about anything. Backed by decades of trusted experience, this is service that sticks. Call the Putnam office at 860-822-2424 or visit SpicerEnergyServices.com. Call Spicer Energy Services today to get started.
Are you tired of waiting on that one contractor who never shows up? Spicer Energy Services shows up and gets it done right the first time. Propane delivery? Yep. Heat pump install? Absolutely. Water heater on the fritz. They'll install a new one or fix the existing faster than your in-laws can say no hot water. Backed by the best techs in the business, Spicer's got your back. Call the Putnam office at 860-822-2424 or go to SpicerEnergyServices.com. Call Spicer Energy Services today to get started.
The Killingly Business Association is growing with more members and more activities to promote the wonderful things happening in Killingly. Are you a member yet? If not, join them as they work together to support and grow local business. See the Killingly Business Association online at killinglyba.org and be sure to like them on Facebook.
Radio WINY.
Good morning and welcome back to the WINY Talk Show. I'm your host, John Mahan. We have Joe Hawk, the owner of Hawk Studios, on with us, and we're taking calls. We have a couple of callers lined up. Let's take one of our callers now, and Joe, if you don't mind putting on those headphones there, just a second. And good morning, you are on the air.
Good morning, John and Joe. It's Renee again from Thompson.
Hey, good morning, Renee.
Guess what? I don't know. He needs 1990 cars. We have a 94 and 97 Neon that are running. I don't know if he wants to park them on, in Putnam on the Main Street, but if he wants to borrow them, he can.
Hey, that's cool to hear.
Yeah, Renee, thanks so much. Absolutely. Just send me an email later, jhawk@thehawkstudios.com, and we'll set that up.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Yeah. Email me later, and we'll set it up, and we'll get you clearance to get it in there because we always need more background. We're working with a few people to bring some cars, but the more the better, right? We'll line them up like sardines. So absolutely.
Okay, Joe. So say that. Say your email again.
Email is going to be J and then Hawk HAWK, and then it's at thehawkstudios.com. So jhawk at thehawkstudios.com. Thehawkstudios.com. Yep.
Okay, very good. Okay, cool.
Thanks so much, Renee. We'll talk soon.
Thank you so much for the call. That is really awesome that you might be able to contribute in that way to the filming of the miniseries. Let's take our next caller now. Good morning. You are on the air.
Hi, she just asked my question, so have a great day.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you. You have a great day as well. And, it's really cool how many people are interested in either donating or letting you borrow props, or maybe they're wanting to be an extra in the series. I know that you got tons of emails as soon as we published our news story about this, people wanting to know, hey, how can I be an extra in the film?
You're right, absolutely. So like we alluded to before, is on November 1, from 9 to 1, we're going to be blocking roads. It'll be the police. There'll be detours. There'll actually be a press release from the chief of police. That'll be forthcoming sometime before October 20th. That'll disinform the businesses and, everyone what to expect as far as the road closures, where they are, where to go, etc. But as far as extras, 9 to 1, we'll need some extras on site for the downtown scenes, right? So these would be like, people in the community saying hi to Nelson. Nelson's a team. They know him. Hey, Nelson, good to see you. Because it's a well-knit town. Everyone knows each other, so we need people for that. We need people getting in and out of the cars. Maybe they're shopping, in their, G-Fox bags or, something from, back in the day, Bradley's Calders, whatever. And then we also need people when we do the scene inside the theater, which is going to happen sometimes once we set up, sometime from like 2 to 4 or 5, we're going to need some theater background people just watching the movie with Nelson. So if you're interested in any of that, the same email as I said before, jhawk@thehawkstudios.com. Send me an email. We'll see if there's a fit. We need a few more extras still, so keep the emails flowing. We'll be happy to talk to the people about that.
I got a question. So When you talk about the 90s, obviously that could be anywhere from 1990 to 99, and that's a big difference maybe in terms of what people would have on their T-shirts, what sort of cars would be on the road. Is there any exact date that was chosen for the film?
Yeah, so it's 92, 93 to be exact, but there's, some cars, unless you like no cars, you might, hey, that's a 94,
there
right?
Are people who watch movies and point that kind of stuff out.
Of course, but, we'll try to be into that year-centric, but, around that time, right? So, like for Nelson, we have some of like the, the bright colored clothes for him, right? Like the champion shirts, the bright yellows, whatever. And so we're trying to get the wardrobe to him. And then what's funny about the government official, played by William Petrano, plays Mr. Hutchison, right, is there's always a joke about government people don't have a sense of humor, right? So I'm trying to make it a little bit funny. Is the first interaction he sees with Nelson, he's wearing a tie. It's a navy blue tie. It has yellow smiley faces on it, right? So it's funny, right? So he's trying to break the ice. So that's one of his... And that tie, actually, that we're using is from 1990, actually.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah,
keeping it historically accurate in terms of the time period, is an important thing. So we're talking relatively early 90s, early to 92, 93, around that time period. So when people want to watch the movie or the miniseries being filmed, right, people are going to show up in the area. That being said, I'm sure most people don't want to be disruptive. It's easy maybe to accidentally be disruptive. So what should people know in terms of the proper courtesies when you're near the filming of a movie or a mini series, whatever it might be? What should people keep in mind to try to not be disruptive while still maybe watching what's going on and enjoying the process?
You're absolutely right. Now, on a typical closed set, which we're not doing, a closed set is, I've done before, we're filming in around public, so that can be hard to control the public, the crowds. In this case, it's a closed set, meaning that nobody in, nobody down, car walking. So the businesses will be open. There'll be a roadblock, I think, right in front of... I don't want to butcher it, but I think it's Jeremiah's Antique. That might be the name, right? So right there, there'll be foot traffic allowed to the business. We'll have our PA up there. We can't allow anybody down to be in the shot unless they sign a video consent form. So number one is, we're going to control that to make sure there's no, people doing jumping jacks in the background or, right? Because we want, to obviously respect the businesses. So we're doing it around and letting people go in, and we're not going to disrupt them. But we want to also have the public respect us as we respect them. Try to to film this and involve the great people, but we got to have a certain etiquette involved where if there's a protocol, if you want to be an extra, like I said, email me or talk to the PA. That'll be like not allowing foot traffic down unless they're on the list, right? So
you don't want to be showing up to the set. Hey, can I get in this shot? Can I be in? It's not helpful when it gets in the way. Yeah.
But see, because people got to understand is when we do filming, I'm very time oriented, right? So when we have that 9 to 1 block, we have to do multiple scenes. So I'm in my head, I need. I'm going to be blocking this shot. I'm going to need an hour here, right? And while we're doing that, then after that's done, we got to set up for a next shot, which might be, a close-up of Nelson going to the theater. His friends see him. There's going to be some high school teens in there. So if there's any high school teens listening here in Putnam, there's going to be some jocks that kind of bully and kind of rustle up Nelson. We need someone to throw a football. So maybe a high school quarterback is listening right now, right? Into a moving truck. So there's going to be a lot of activity going on. So back to your question is that, the people got to understand that we prefer them to email us because there's not going to be a lot of talking when we're on set. We're there to film in a certain time block because right at 1 p.m. hits, the flow of traffic comes in and then I can't get any of my shots. So we got to be done. All the exterior has to be done by 1 p.m. on November 1st because then we go inside the Bradley. The roads will open, but we're going to be inside the Bradley, so it doesn't matter. We're going to be filming in there right around 1:30, 2 o'clock. But between 9 and 1, it's going to be crazy. We really won't have time to engage the public. That's why we prefer them to email and send an interest email to us.
And there are multiple locations where you guys are filming.
Yes.
In Connecticut and even in other states like Pennsylvania. It's quite the map, actually.
You're right. So, like I alluded to before, we'll actually need some, this broadcast might reach Towland. We're going to be in Towland on October 25th at the Old County Courthouse. Kathy's a good friend of mine. We're going to need extras for the court scene. And again, if you want to be an extra for that, email me, jhawk@thehawkstudios.com. October 11th is our first principal shot in the town of Ansonia. We're going to be going down a manhole literally in the middle of the road. A police will be blocking the road, and that's where we're going to see a tunnel system from the 1850s under the city. We're going down the manhole is the only way to get there. And the aesthetics of the 1850, this tunnel was used to transfer ammunition in the Civil War day. It's like 1,000 meters long. It extends, I think, from Ansonia to Derby to Shelton. And we're going to be going down there to film. Actually, down there, now it's used for excess water drain off into the Naugatuck River. So a couple things that have happened is, one, we have to be OSHA compliant. So we're following OSHA 1910-146, which talks about the confined spaces protocols. I have an OSHA guy on site, test the air, we'll make sure we're safe. There's going to be a little water down there, but my shot's going to be waist up. So that'll be interesting. No extras needed for that one, but that's going to be a really busy day, and we got to be sure we're safe down there because this tunnel, I mean, we're talking, this tunnel system is dating way back when, and now it's just excess water. So if it rains the day before or during the film, we might not be able to do it because we can't have water fill up while we're down there. So let's just knock on wood. It doesn't rain while we're there, and hopefully the rain the day before it doesn't rain, I'm hoping. And then after that, October 18th, we're in Pennsylvania. October 25th is Towland. November 1, we are in this great town of Putnam. November 2nd, West Haven Police Department. Shout out to them. November 15th, Farmington Library in Connecticut. 16th in Norwalk. 22nd, Watertown High School. Need some teen extras for that. 23rd in Old Wethersfield, Connecticut. And then there's going to be a few more after that. We're just finalizing the locations for December 5th and December 6th and 7th. So we're busy. We are super busy right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a busy schedule for sure. So we have Joe Hawk on with us. He's the founder of Hawk Studios. And as many of you know, there's going to be filming of part of a mini-series taking place in Putnam on November 1st. The phone lines are open, so if you have any questions for Joe, give us a call, 860-928-1350 or 1-800-246-WINY. Once again, you can go onto our WINY Radio Facebook page and leave a question under the live streaming video, and we'll be more than happy to pass those questions along. Stay tuned to WINY 1350 AM as well as 97.1 FM.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Gates gets it.
Experience movement that inspires at Putnam Kia at the corner of Routes 44 and 21 in Putnam. Here's Mark Dexter with the details.
2025 Kia Soul LX, an IIHS top safety pick with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Buy for $20,999, including a $500 factory rebate and a $561 dealer discount, or lease for $169 per month.
$29.99 dual signing, 36 months.
2025 Kia Sportage Hybrid LX all-wheel drive with in-inch touchscreen and heated front seats. Buy for $31,499, including a $1,056 dealer discount, or lease for $289 per month.
$39.99 dual signing, 36 months.
2025 Kia Sorento S all-wheel drive with push-button start and navigation. Buy for $37,378, including a $13,007 dealer discount, or lease for $299 per month.
$49.99 dual signing, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, zero security deposit, tax plus $598.25. Dealer can make extra to qualified buyers through 9/30/25. See them online at PutnamKia.com.
Gates gets it.
We're heading to Ellis Tech for high school soccer. Parish Hill is at Ellis Tech for a girls contest. Monday afternoon, airtime 4 p.m. High school soccer on WINY is brought to you by Busquets Appliance, Centerville Bank, DBC Solutions, Hill Group, Girardi Insurance, Jewett City Savings Bank, Vandy Auto Supply, and the Woodstock Academy.
Marianapolis presents the Nightly News, Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. on WINY. Listen each week for news and updates from the staff and students of Marianapolis. They'll talk about the arts, academics, Golden Knight athletics, and community life at MPrep. Don't miss the Nightly News, Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. on WINY, powered by Marianapolis in Thompson, Connecticut. Visit them online at marianapolis.org. Like them on Facebook and follow them on X.
WINY Community Radio, serving Northeastern Connecticut.
Good morning and welcome back to the WINY Talk Show. I'm your host, John Mahan. We have Joe Hawk, owner of Hawk Studios, founder of Hawk Studios, who's on with us this morning. We're talking about the filming of part of a mini-series that's going to be taking place in Putnam on November 1st. Very exciting, and I do believe that we have another caller now, so good morning. You are on the air.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
I was just wondering if they have any use for a grandmother walking her baby down the street with a Swedish carriage that goes back to 1992, and it's in perfect condition, and I'd be happy to do that if it's necessary.
Yeah, that's we appreciate the interest, and of course, just send me an email so we can keep track of you and make sure you're on the jhawk at thehawkstudios.com. So it's JHAWK at thehawkstudios.com, and just put in there, baby extra, background, walking with a stroller, and we'd be happy to email you back and provide more details for the Putnam scene. Thanks so much.
So that's jhawk at hawkstudios.com. Thank you so much.
And I just want to make sure it's at the Hawk Studios. I'm not sure if I heard her say the, so just make sure the the's in there. Yep.
At the Hawk
Studios.com. Yes, jhawk at thehawkstudios.com.
Right.
Correct, yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the call. Really do appreciate it. So, of course, once this mini-series is completed, a lot of people, I'm sure, are going to want to check it out. Where and when will they be able to watch it?
Yeah, absolutely. As you heard of all of the laundry list of locations, right? And that's just basically covering episode 1 and 2. We're also in North Haven, by the way. I forgot to mention that on the 25th of November. But right now, our focus, because this is an 8-series miniseries, our focus is episode 1 and 2 this year. And then from episode 3 through 8, we're going to be filming in 2026, sometime between maybe January and March. So I would surmise by end of 2026, probably it would be finished. Our music would be composed. The final product would be off of post-production. And we're earmarking Tubi for the White House is Fake. All episodes will be on there eventually. Now, what I think I'm going to probably end up doing is episode 1 and 2 will probably go on Tubi sometime in 2026, maybe February. And while we're filming the rest, we're going to go 1 and 2 released. And then after that, 3 through 8 will be end of year. And every episode is great because you ever watch those series where the cliffhanger moment, right? Oh, what's going to happen? So at the end, it wants you to give you more, right? So the end of episode 1, the way it ends is a very tense moment between Mr. Hutchison and Nelson Conrad, where he has a meeting at the library. That's in Farmington, at the old Barney Library. Very beautiful place. Shout out to Farmington, Connecticut. We're going to be there on November 16th. And the very tense moment happens where they lock eyes, and he kind of gives that smirk, like, Adam, fade to black. And we don't know what's going to happen at that meeting. Each episode's going to end at that dramatic cliffhanger moment. It's going to really just bring you in, hey, what's going to happen? And I just love when shows do that, and this is going to be just the same way. We're going to bring you in, we're going to hook, line, and sinker, and you're going to be hooked. You're going to want more, and that's how we're going to end each episode.
Now, Nelson Conrad's home, What made you decide that that particular area of Putnam on Front Street in front of the Bradley was the spot? That's where our main character is going to live. What stood out about that location?
Yeah, you know, we looked at many locations. Bank Street, I think, is in Milford, maybe New Milford. I always confuse where that is. That was another potential. Old Weathersfield downtown. There was a few, but I think what I really like about Front Street and Putnam, you know, it kind of has that a lot of that brick and that old school feel, and I like how it just looks. It's very aesthetic to the eye, especially the Bradley. The Bradley is just a unique gem in the town. I mean, it just brings you back. I mean, it's perfect. I think with the Bradley, the old buildings, the aesthetic, the way they look, the roads, everything, I think is going to be beautiful, and that's why we kind of picked it. It just fit all. You know, we dotted all of our I's, crossed all our T's. It really fitted it well, and I could just, while I'm scouting, I want that perfect location to really invest into the vision, and that's how we kind of came up with Putnam. I was like, you know, wow, this is beautiful, because I was in the antique shops here before, so I knew of it, but I wanted to take a second look, so I came back and really looked at the streets. Then I started doing the paperwork with the chief of police, got all that, the permits with the state of Connecticut Department of Transportation, because we're literally shutting down part of Route 44, which is a state-owned road, not a local-owned road, which requires Connecticut state DOT approval, which we've obtained. So all of our permits have been approved by the DOT and local police here in Putnam. So we're very excited to get going here.
What has the reaction been from the local businesses in the area in terms of everything from, hey, that's awesome, my building is going to be in a mini-series, to, oh, is this going to impact my business on that day? Everything from the most positive to the concerns that might have come up. What has the reaction been from the business community?
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, we spoke a little bit about this earlier off air, is the town of Putnam in general, Mary Ann, you know, the director of development, and she oversees, you know, the activities here. I'll be seeing her a little later today. So, hey, Mary Ann, hope you're listening. But they really welcomed me in open arms, and the businesses have been great. I've been just talking to surrounding businesses like the Chevy dealer right over off of Front Street. They may be participating in some of the cars as well. Because I asked them about wholesale. Do you have wholesale cars that are just sitting there? So they're going to be bringing some, in addition to some of the listeners, as you heard, that are offering. So that's great. But I think the support has been really, really positive. I haven't really heard any gravels or complaints about anything, really.
It's been very positive.
Very positive, yeah. It's a very arm-hugging community. I've really felt it, and you know, people want their town, and they should. They want their town on the map. They want to feel important. They want to feel like, you know, Connecticut is here. We're thriving just like any other. You know, we're not Hollywood. We're not ATL. Atlanta is really hot right now, but we could be, and we have all the stuff that people want, and we're here. We want to be told, and we're listening to the people, and we're ready to film here, so we're excited.
You know, and I think it's important you mentioned, okay, we're not Hollywood, but that being said, you and your company have quite a history and have won many accolades.
Yeah.
You are acknowledged and respected in the film industry, even though it's a relatively small independent studio.
You are correct. IMDb, if many people don't know what that is, that stands for the Internet Movie Database. It's owned by Amazon. If you go on there, type Joe Hawk, I'm 11 award-winning filmmaker. And that's over my time in the film industry, dating back to 2017. Won many film festival award winners. My last project, Article 92, we've won many awards on that. That's on Amazon Prime, about the U.S. government harboring aliens. But you know, right now, yeah, we're independent, but I think we really punch a hole into the big Hollywood, because what's happening right now, I think Hollywood is remaking a lot of these movies, right? There's no originality, and I want to bring that back to create these original stories. And if you look at the history of Hollywood, it's about taking a movie, an iconic movie, they're just remaking. Well, the Independent says, no, we're here to stay, and we're going to show that films in our local community supporting the arts, this is what we're all about, and we want to tell our stories creatively, and that's what we're going to be doing.
In terms of the actors and actresses involved in this production, as I understand it, they're mostly local from Connecticut?
Yeah, there are mostly from Connecticut. The William Petrano, who plays Mr. Hutchison. So our film, The White House, our miniseries, The White House is Fake, is by Hawk Studios in association with Westerly Productions. That's Mr. Petrano's film company. He's actually a SAG actor from New York, so he'll be coming from New York. Oh. He won't be in the Putnam shop, but he'll be in most of the other ones because we don't see him until after the library scene. He's from New York. The kid, like I said, Ethan Timothy, he's from right here in Connecticut. A lot of Connecticut people. We have a lot of Massachusetts and Rhode Island talent that are going to be in this one. We have folks from, let's see, where else? New York, Florida, going to be in this. Pretty much mostly Connecticut, Mass, Rhode Island, but we have a few exceptions. Like I said, we have the Florida, and then we have, I think, a few others that will be traveling here as well, maybe from like Maine, that type of thing, but mostly the East Coast talent over this way.
Are there any names or faces when it comes to the actors and actresses that you think might jump out in terms of people will say, I know that name from that movie or that TV show, or, oh, they were in that? Is there anything where...
I mean, we're independent, but William Petrano, who plays Mr. Hutchison, he was in The Irishman, actually. He played, he was in the background. He played a small role, but my SAG actor who plays Mr. James Hutchison was in The Irishman with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. So
that is cool, and
yeah,
that's exactly
Irishman,
what I was thinking. There are probably some actors and actresses who might have been in some way involved in some very big productions at a certain point, even if it was a smaller role. So that's always cool to know, hey, he was in The Irishman, and now he's filming here in Putnam, so that's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
And that we're going to take a commercial break at this point, and when we come back, we'll be wrapping up the conversation with Joe Hawk. He's the owner, the founder of Hawk Studios. And, of course, they're going to be filming, as we mentioned, on November 1st, part of a mini-series here in Putnam. And now's the opportunity, if you have a question that you haven't asked yet for Joe, 860-928-1350 or 1-800-246-WINY. Or, of course, you can go on to our WINY radio Facebook page, look under the live streaming video, leave a comment, and I will pass that along. Stay tuned to WINY 1350 AM as well as 97.1 FM.
O'Reilly.
Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99. Plus, receive 2 times O Rewards points. Limits apply. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
It's 2025 and the Wyndham Land Trust is excited. That's Wyndham with a Y. And why are we excited? It's our 50th anniversary and we've been reaccredited. That's a rigorous process guaranteeing we're operating at the highest possible conservation standards. With close to 7,000 acres now conserved, Wyndham Land Trust is happy to help keep our region of Northeast Connecticut as it has been for so long and why we all love living here. Fresher air, cleaner waters, fields, forests, trees, birds, swamps, salamanders, woods, meadows, and more. Are we lucky or what? Become a member of the Wyndham Land Trust. It's dirt cheap because, yes, we like dirt too. Thanks for trusting us with and sharing this gift of our precious open space. Especially thanks to our donors and members for making it all possible. Like us on Facebook and Instagram and online at WyndhamLandTrust.org. That's Wyndham with a Y.
We're heading to Killingly for high school football. Bishop Hendricken is at Killingly Friday night. Airtime 6 p.m. High school football on WINY is brought to you by Busquets Appliance, Bill's Bedding and Furniture Showroom, Donahue Industries, Hill Group, Girardi Insurance, Lado Design Build, the law offices of Serentopolis and Serentopolis, Vandy Auto Supply, and the Woodstock Academy.
Hi folks, Jake Dykeman here, dealer principal at Heritage Valley Auto Group. We're proud to sponsor Clipper Corner every Monday morning at 7:25 on WINY. Listen each week for news and updates from Putnam High School. They'll talk about the athletes and students, sports, academics, and all the student activities happening at PHS. That's Clipper Corner Monday mornings at 7:25, right here on WINY. Sponsored by your friends at Heritage Valley Ford, 3 Park Road in Putnam, or online at hvford.com.
Hello, Carrie Wolf here, Director of Pomfret Recreation. We have so many exciting programs planned for the upcoming season, and we hope you'll join us for 1, 2, or all of them. Our Fall Festival is Saturday, September 13th from 2 to 4, and there will be fun for the whole family, like live music, an apple pie baking contest, a pie eating contest, games, a trail run, food, snacks, and vendors. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Before school soccer starts this week, on October 4th, we're learning how to arm knit a cozy blanket. Our annual Record Tree event is Saturday, October 18th at 4 p.m. Murder is back. You're invited to a killer murder mystery show and dinner on Friday, October 24th at Grill 37. And we're going back to the Big Apple. Sign up for our bus trip to New York City on Saturday, November 29th. For all the details and registration, just visit me at the Pomfret Town Hall, 5 Haven Road in Pomfret, or go online at pomfretct.gov/recreation or follow us on our Facebook page. Whew, I'm tired already.
Celebrate Plainfield Day is coming to Lions Park in Plainfield this Saturday, September 13th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Come on down for tons of vendors, a cornhole tournament, inflatable water slide, the roaming railroad, bounce house, food trucks, dance and martial arts demonstrations, a beer tent, and more. Admission is free for a day of family fun at Celebrate Plainfield Day this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Lions Park in Plainfield, right next to the Plainfield Town Hall. Celebrate Plainfield Day is produced by the Plainfield Business Association.
If you loved the 80s, then don't miss the Totally 80s Bash, presented by Thompson Community Cupboard, formerly known as Weekend Warriors. Get out your Aquanet and big hair for the Totally 80s Bash on Friday, September 12th from 7 to midnight at the American Legion, 17 Thompson Hill Road in Grosvenordale. There will be 80s music all night, a cash bar, appetizers and dessert bar, raffles, and more. Tickets are just $30 for singles and $45 for couples. All proceeds benefit the Food Distribution Fund. For your tickets, call 860-576-3781.
Community Radio, WINY.
Good morning and welcome back to the WINY talk show. We have Joe Hawk, founder of Hawk Studios. They're going to be filming on November 1st here in Putnam as part of a mini-series, The White House is Fake. Joe, let's talk a little bit about you're looking for a sandwich shop for a particular scene.
I am. That's actually one of the last locations I haven't really scouted for, but I will be scouting probably this week. There might even be one here in Putnam. So if you're a sandwich shop owner in the town of Putnam and we could do a scene there, preferably on the weekend, make sure you use the same email that we've probably said thousands of times. It's jhawk@thehawkstudios.com. Send me an email. It'll be on the weekend. We got to do a scene inside and outside of the sandwich shop. And we love to obviously support the community. And I'm sure Putnam has some great delis. So we'll leave it up to the community. Maybe we can do something here.
Absolutely. And Joe, if you end up scheduling something to film at a local sandwich shop, please let us know. And we'll happily do a little promotion, do a news story about that as well, because that'd be really cool if there's multiple locations here in Putnam or any of our surrounding towns where there's some filming being done. That is really cool. Budget-wise, people are always fascinated. How much does it cost to create a movie or a miniseries? And obviously, budgets can range wildly when we're talking about a filming production. What does it look like in terms of the funding for this particular mini-series, how much it's going to cost, and maybe how people can even help out and contribute?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's always really a contributing factor as far as what we can do location-wise, right, and how we can raise the bar. So This is a SAG micro project. SAG is our union talent, and we have to confide to their rules and regulations. So this is an episodic. Episodic means it's a TV series. So in the rules of SAG, we have to be at 10K per episode. We're filming 8 episodes, 10K per each one. We have to be under 80K total. So yeah, we're always looking for producers. Right now we have a handful of producers and associate producers. If you're listening, you want to help out, contribute, be a producer, executive producer for a small buy-in, please email me, jhawk@thehawkstudios.com. And you can donate a check, and we'd be happy to have you on as a producer. Your name will be in the end credits and on imdb.com. And this could be for a person or even a business. If you want to contribute that way, we'd love to have you to help elevate our project. We would love that.
And a really big part of the filming is going to be taking place in Old Weathersfield, correct?
Old Weathersfield, my parents grew up there, and it's a perfect setting. They have a great location under the highway. We have a limo coming. A stretch limo, because it's going to be a meeting. The secret men come out of a secret passageway. They get in a limo, and he's like watching. Nelson, in the bushes. He just went fishing in a local pond. He doubled back. He's like, that kind of looks like the U.S. president. Why are they having a secret meeting? That looks like an Army general or colonel. So he's like very interested in what's going on. So a lot of the dynamics. We have a DOT truck. VDOT is Virginia Department of Transportation, so we'll have a magnet on the truck. Town of Weathersfield has been really open. Shout out to Fred. He's the town manager. He welcomed us in arms. We're going to be borrowing a Weathersfield DOT truck for the scene. In addition to our limo coming, we have an older style cop car coming. It's going to be a big scene, a long day of filming. It's going to be on a controlled location. There's a gate that's going to be locked behind us, so nobody can go down and up while we're filming. And Old Weathersfield is going to be a long day. It's going to be from like 10 a.m. to probably like 6 p.m. There's many scenes we're doing in there. It's going to be great seeing Town of Weathersfield for the secret meeting under the highway.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're so excited that this is happening in Putnam again on November 1st, which is a Saturday. And I'm so glad that you're able to join us this morning, Joe. It's a great conversation. We're really looking forward to continuing to report on this project as it moves forward and as we get closer to the date of the filming here in Putnam. I'm sure, like you said, that the police department will be putting out a press release when it's official that it's going to be closed. As I understand it, you guys have already worked out the particular times. What time is it going to be again?
Yeah, so the chief of police will be doing a press release, and they'll have the I forgot the name of it, those boards that have the messages on. They'll be on the roadways. But November 1st, right at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., there'll be areas of Front Street. So any access points, I think it's like South Main, and then there's Liberties. Wherever they interjoin, there'll be roadblocks on each one. It won't allow you to come down. There'll be, when we're basically resetting up a scene, we'll let traffic go maybe 10 minutes, and then we're going to block it again because we want some flow of the traffic, and they said that's fine. But it will be blocked from 9 to 1. There'll be detour signs. And then from like 1:30 to 4 will be inside the Bradley. Shout out to Bradley. Thanks, Amy, for having us. That won't impact any activities because we'll be filming inside, but the road closures promptly right at 9 a.m. So if you got to do something, try to get in and around town before 9. Otherwise, follow the detour signs in the press release for where they're going to allow the detours at that time. Yeah.
Well, a big thank you, Joe Hawk, founder of Hawk Studios, for joining us this morning. It's been a great conversation. We will absolutely keep in touch. Stay tuned to WINY 1350 AM as well as 97.1 FM.
1350 AM, WINY Putnam, and 97.1 FM, W246DN Putnam. Online at WINYradio.com.
AP News. Good morning, I'm Ed Donahue. Yemen's Houthi rebels say Israel is striking the country's capital. Meantime, the president of the European Commission says she would seek sanctions and a partial trade suspension against Israel over the war in Gaza. Israel is dealing with fallout from its strike targeting Hamas leaders in U.S. allied Qatar. The AP's John Gambrell reports Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates are backing Qatar.
And that really bodes poorly for Israel at this moment. Israel had been trying to build on a diplomatic